From up high. Up high. Hey, wait.
Oh, hello,
Are
yeah.
you kidding me? What the hell?
No way.
Get in. That means Switchblade by Rollins. Priest is having problems here. And Rollins is on a roll, gentlemen.
Sound cliche, but with triple threat matches, you've always got to keep your head on a swivel. Always.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are getting teasers and images for WWE 2K25, and I am very excited to say the least. Today, I'm talking about my wish list for features, modes, and more in WWE 2K25. This is a strange case of Sean, and I'm amped up for 25 to come out. Most of my channel is wrestling, as you may know, but nonetheless, I have to discuss some things that I want, some things I don't want, some things I'd like brand new, and some things I want to go away. Forever. Maybe forever and a day. And that leads me into number one, trash my faction. Ugh, my faction. Where do I begin? I know some of you like the mode, and that's fine, but it's just not my cup of tea. I like the towers concept of it all, but not collecting the cards and the currency system that accompanies it. The best thing about the mode for me are the persona cards. If they could rework my faction into like revolving towers mode with persona cards, different lockables, and create a wrestler stuff, then I'd be down for it. In fact, I may come back to that. But the rest of the mode, yeah, let's just throw it away. Garbage it. And burn it. Number 2, more backstage areas. I love me a good old backstage brawl. Exploring the areas and interacting with the environments is a lot of fun. But we only had like 3 areas to fight in. 20 years ago, we had an immense amount of areas we can go to. Hell, the GameCube had modes specifically designed about wrestling in areas like construction sites, malls, and harbors. Why do we downgrade this? Yeah, to make a more realistic simulation, sure. But can't we just have a little bit more variety in areas we can go to? At least in the arena. Locker room, catering, gorilla position, gym, outside parking lot. Do a cool outside fight or recreate the Cody, Rock, brawl, or even the production truck. There are so many options. Did I miss these areas? I don't know, but here's hoping for more backstage areas and other fun environments to fight in. Number 3, save the universe. From what I gather, this seems to be a common complaint amongst 2K players. Universe mode, while having near endless options, just isn't that much fun to me. The endless options almost make it hard to even get started. Maybe they can even incorporate it into my GM mode. No, I'm not saying change my GM. What I'm saying is maybe you can add a playstyle to the my GM mode that sort of mixes in universe mode. You would still select the shows, draft the rosters, customize the stories and such. You can call it my universe even. My GM would strictly be running the shows, costs, and the rest of that mode, while my universe would be more in depth with the match cards and rivalries you're making. Think almost my GM as behind the scenes mode, while my universe would be the actual wrestling show. In my experience, the mode just feels rigid, and while they promote it being your universe, it doesn't stop them from changing matches and other shenanigans that just turn you off from it. I also miss the custom story mode from prior games. Number 4, referee cam. You might be thinking, huh? But hear me out. This is more of an ambitious idea that just sounded like fun. Well, to me anyways. Guest referee is fantastic. I'm ecstatic that it's back. But what about an immersive way to spectate matches? What about being able to watch matches from the referee's perspective? I mean, I don't know much about game programming and those kinds of things, but we have multiple cameras used in the game. We can use the highlight reel for different angles and such. What about putting a feature in to watch the matches being played from the camera perspective of the referee? I mean, WWE has referees that wear cameras that make them look like members of the Ginyu Force. I feel it is an idea that could be worked on and implemented in the future installments. Maybe it's a VR only mode. Maybe it needs to be built upon with each new installment. Too ambitious? Too weird? Let me know in the comments what you think. Number 5, Road to WrestleMania. Along with saying so long and good night to my faction, we should also say goodbye to Showcase mode. This mode is just tedious. That's the best word I can come up with. It's a grind to unlock the things that I only half want and barely use anyways. The transition from the matches to the gameplay is cool, but I feel this mode has run its course. We need to return to form by going back to the Road to WrestleMania mode. By all means, we should keep my rise. I like using my custom character and experience all the stories they include. but Road to WrestleMania can feature original stories based on 5 superstars starting from January and culminating at WrestleMania. They can have original stories to play through and complete optional objectives to unlock special items. I feel you can create a more engaging mode with multiple superstars. You could have a story for one male superstar, one female superstar, one men's tag, one female tag, and maybe even one legend or GM maybe. They can have their cutscenes and then 5 or 6 matches for each superstar. This would be more entertaining than the showcase mode we've had for years. Showcase mode to me just feels like a chore. And yeah, I guess it's fun to relive the matches, but when I know what happens in the match, it just takes that fun out of it, if that makes sense. I'd rather play through an original story with current WWE superstars that maybe we wouldn't really see on TV, or they might be absolutely ridiculous. But I digress. Let's just get rid of showcase mode in general. Number 6, realistic/ragdoll physics. I mean, maybe I just like watching people fall down too much, but why this ever stop being a thing? I mean, we moved in the right direction with being able to throw weapons again. But if you walk to the edge of the stage or cage or ledge or whatever, you should fall off. There shouldn't be any invisible wall or just sudden stop. Again, I get it, realism/simulation, whatever. But if you Irish whip someone off the cage or off a ledge, they should in essence fall, because of gravity. There are some exceptions with the spotlight and some areas backstage, but this should be accounted for in all areas. And here comes the pain. You can move around, and once you got to an unlevel area, you fell and got damaged. That seems pretty realistic to me. I mean, is it just me? Or what about throwing wrestlers into other wrestlers? You can suplex a wrestler into another in near proximity and nothing will happen. They no-sell it. Why? This makes no sense to me. Someone explain it to me. And finally, a challenge/event mode. This is one way I could see my faction being overhauled. Doubtful, but for fun, why not explore this idea? This mode would be inspired by the mode by the same name in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Hell, I'd even take a mode like this over the return of Road to WrestleMania. Well, if done correctly. Let me explain. This mode would consist of many different challenges or events, hence the name of the mode. In some challenges, you would choose your wrestler or need to play as a certain wrestler to complete the event. The events would vary in difficulty, and upon completion, you would earn unlockables from characters, arenas, weapons, match types, moves, and more. To me, this would just be another fun way to go about getting the unlockables. Now, here are just some examples of the challenges and the awards you would receive upon completion. First, the Bloodline Gauntlet. Run the gauntlet against all the members in the history of the Bloodline. This would be a gauntlet match where you need to defeat members of both the new and original Bloodline, with the final match being against Roman Reigns. Completing this could unlock a special Bloodline arena, Paul Heyman as a wrestler, or even maybe a special Roman Reigns variant, or persona card/character. Ugh, the My Faction terms are sticking. Another one would be Women's Revolution. Take on these 4 revolutionaries of the women's division to show them whose time it is now. This would be an 8 women's tag team match where you would select 4 superstars to take on the team of Lita, Trish Stratus, Michelle McCool, and AJ Lee. Come on 2K, please. The catch here is, depending on who you defeat in the match, that is who you would unlock. So to unlock each of them, you would have to replay the match and defeat each of them respectively to then unlock them. Also, we have Dead Man Cometh. Face the Undertaker at WrestleMania in an attempt to defeat the streak. This would work similar to a mode in a prior game, but depending on the superstar you choose, you'd face the Undertaker from that era. For example, choosing Randy Savage would have you take on the Undertaker in his debut attire. Defeat him and you would unlock that version of the Undertaker. If you choose Carmelo Hayes, you'd face the Undertaker from the Boneyard match, his last Mania performance. Depending on how many eras of Taker they'd want to include, this event would require several playthroughs to unlock each of them. Let me know what event you'd put in the game in the comments. These are just some examples, but I think it would be really fun to have an event mode like this, especially for unlocking stuff in the game. But along with that, you could have weekly or bi-weekly towers with other challenges that can include other content to unlock. And that is my wish list for WWE 2K25. And of course, if it doesn't happen this year, maybe they could come in future installments. What do you want to see in WWE 2K25? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas. And that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, give my other 2K24 videos a watch, from my Rise series to my White 6 story, my 2-word story, and many others. Check them out on my channel. Stay strange, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.